वर्ण वर्णानां स्वरूपः इति अस्माकम् इदानीम् अद्यतनकक्षायाः विषयः। उच्चारण विषये अहम् उक्तवान् आसम् यत् संस्कृते उच्चारणम् अत्यन्तं महत्त्वपूर्णमस्ति। उच्चारणे दोषः भवति चेत् तर्हि शब्दस्य अर्थः परिवर्तिते। If there is defect in our pronunciation in Sanskrit, then the meaning of the word will change. That is what happens in Sanskrit. Not even Uchcharan, that pronunciation, that a letter should be pronounced correctly, even how much stress is to be given. That is to whether it is to be pronounced in a low voice or in a higher voice, and that way it will give a different meaning. So that we will slowly come to, but today our subject is how to first we will learn see the Varnamala, the array of syllables, the syllables, how many syllables are there in Sanskrit. In English we know there are 26 there are from A to Z, but in Sanskrit what I have uploaded, you can see, if you count, there are 63, and that includes the Hrasva, Dirgha, Pluta, etc. And Swara and Vyanjan, there are two divisions, which you in English, you know, vowels and consonants, but it is not exactly the same as you learn in vowel, because the same vowel in English can be pronounced in different ways. As all of you know, the PUT is put and BUT is but. So this way, this cannot. अभी कैमरा चालू हो गया. That is and the POOR, poor. So there is not no Hraswa and Dirgha in English. You can GOOD is good, but POOR is poor. So these are the difference in pronunciation in English, which has no reasoning behind. You have only to memorize that. That's all. But in Sanskrit, this type of things cannot happen. In Sanskrit, we pronounce what is written. What I have said that that is the speciality of Sanskrit. That you have to pronounce what is written. It cannot be pronounced in any other way. So pronunciation, and our ancient acharyas, they have given sutras, how to pronounce a letter and what are the places of their pronunciation. But first we see what are these swaras, akaradi swara. There are three divisions, tridha vibhakta, hrasvah, dirghah, plutah. ह्रस्वः किम् अस्ति a pluta, even still a little bit longer. Pluta is used in Vedas only. In our Laukic Sanskritam, Sanskrit has two parts, Vedic and Laukic. In Vedas, there are pronunciations, different type of pronunciations, and what the Sanskrit which we use today, there are some pronunciations are specifically used in Vedas only and not in the today's Sanskrit. But those pronunciations have also been included in this which are used in Vedas. We will come to it. ये अक्षराणां वर्णानाम् उच्चारणं वेदे भवन्ति ते अपि अत्र प्रदत्ताः. संस्कृतस्य प्रकारद्वयं वैदिकसंस्कृतं लौकिकसंस्कृतं. वैदिककाले यत् या भाषा आसीत् संस्कृतम् अस्माकं पाणिनि समय पर्यन्तं तत्र किञ्चित् परिवर्तनं जातम्. अतः पाणिनि अष्टाध्यायी मध्ये सर्ववैदिक प्रकरणम् इति उक्त्वा तत्र वैदिक विषये ये भिन्नताः सन्ति तद्विषये तत्र भिन्नानि सूत्राणि दत्तानि सन्ति छन्दसि इति उक्त्वा। यत्र कुत्रापि सूत्र छन्दसि शब्दः आगच्छति तस्य अर्थः भवति वेद। छन्दस् इत्युक्ते वेदः। छन्दसि अर्थात् वेदे एतादृशः भवति, तत्र विकल्पेन भवति यद् यथा अस्माकं यत् धातुरूपेषु परस्मैपदम् आत्मनेपदम् इत्यादि भवति, किन्तु यत् यः धातुः अस्माकं लौकिक संस्कृते परस्मैपदी पदी पदी इति पठितः, स एव धातुः वेदे आत्मनेपदी रूपेण प्रयुक्तः भवति इति अस्ति। तो तद्विषये विकल्पः प्रदत्तः पाणिनि अष्टाध्यायी मध्ये। अतः यः कोऽपि वेद अध्ययनं कर्तुम् इच्छति तेन अष्टाध्यायी अध्ययनम् अतीव, अष्टाध्यायी माध्यमेन व्याकरण अध्ययनम् अतीव आवश्यकम्। परवर्ती काले तथा सिद्धांत कौमुदी इत्यादिषु ग्रंथेषु सर्ववैदिक प्रकरणं कृत्वा तानि सूत्राणि पृथक् कृतानि, अतः तान् कोऽपि न पठन्ति। किन्तु अष्टाध्यायी मध्ये तथा नास्ति। तत्र यथा यत्किमपि सूत्रं दत्तं, यदि वेदे तस्य भिन्नता मिलति, तत्र छन्दसि इति उक्त्वा पाणिनिना भिन्नं सूत्रं दत्तम्। If there is any difference in Veda, what he has given in his sutra, then there itself he gives another sutra saying that in Veda this type of application is done. So there is not much difference in Vedic Sanskrit and Laukic Sanskrit. After learning this Sanskrit, you can understand 90% of Vedic Sanskrit. Only few portion is such that you have to go through the different sutras given for Vedas different separately for by Panini. So now every swara, that a, I, U, Ril, Ri, A, O, I, O. There are three divisions: Hrasva, Dirgha, Pluta. As I have given in that study material that was uploaded. Hrasva, Dirgha, Pluta. What is Hrasva? Hrasva means ekamatrika. So how much time? That means that is to be pronounced, the length of the time given for pronunciation of that particular syllable. That means how long, that is Hrasva. How long that is that period? Tad samayah kiyat asti. Tatra ekam sutram asti. Tatra ukalo jhrasva dirgha plutah. पाणिनि सूत्रमस्ति, तद् विषये वयम् अग्रे पठामः। एतत् केवलम् उल्लेखं कुर्वन्नस्मि। ह्रस्व दीर्घ प्लुतः कालः, कालः मीन्स् समयः। कस्य कियान् कालः भवति, कस्य उच्चारणस्य कियान् कालः भवति इति अस्माभिः द्रष्टव्यम्। Whatever we are pronouncing, how much time it should take, that is to be understood. When we say hrasva, that means that is called one matra. One matra kim? Ek matrika kim? When we all know that there is a pulse in our hand, when you go to a doctor, he sees your pulse. So one beat of your pulse is ek matra, that is hrasva. The time taken by one beat of your pulse is the time taken by hrasva ucharana. The hrasva means the small ucharan, small pronunciation. How much time it takes? The time taken by one beat of your pulse. भवतः तत्र नाडी मध्ये यत् स्पन्दनं भवति, एक स्पन्दन निमित्तं कालः, एक स्पन्दने यः कालः भवति स एव ह्रस्वः। स्पन्दनद्वयं, two pulses is equal to dirgha. स्पंदन द्वयम तत्र यदा द्वे स्पंदने भवति तत्र किं भवति तत् सः कालः भवति दीर्घः. When time taken for by two pulses is known as dirgha. Similarly, time taken by three pulses is known as pluta. That is the uh, system of ucharanam. So for pluta, there is a sign of three in between. You have seen Om written like that. O is there and O and Ma, halchin man. Madhye ek three sign of three is there. So that shows that O is to be pronounced as pluta. O is Vedic ucharanam. So pluta is there. O samanata O is there. O swatah dirgha bhavati. O aksharasya hrasya na bhavati. Atra dattam asti. ए ऐ ओ औ तत्र ह्रस्व पूर्व शून्य लिखितम् अस्ति. अर्थात ए ओ ऐ औ एतेषां ह्रस्व भवति एव न, केवलं दीर्घ भवति, प्लुत भवति. यतः यदा भवान् ओ उच्चारणं करोति तदा स दीर्घ एव भवति, ह्रस्व भवति न शक्नोति. यतः तस्मिन् एव अक्षरे स्वरद्वयं तत्र निहितमस्ति. अ उ इति स्वरद्वयं निहितमस्ति. अतः तत्र ह्रस्व भवितुं न शक्नोति, दीर्घ एव भवति. परन्तु अ इ उ रि रि अ इ उ रि एतेषां ह्रस्व भवति, दीर्घ भवति. अ तस्य दीर्घ भवति आ, और यथा प्लुत हम उक्तवान् किञ्चित् दीर्घ भवति. तत् 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 पृष्ठे संख्या 3 दत्तमस्ति. Tasya arthaha plutah. When there is a sign of 3 is given behind the syllable, that means it is to be pronounced as pluta. And pluta means what? The time equivalent to 3 pulses of your nadi. That is nadi spandan. Trini spandanani nadi. एतद् समानं तद् स समयः सः कालः इति प्लुतः. एवं तद्वत् इ उ रि अपि तद्वत् ह्रस्वदीर्घ प्लुतः भवति. रि इत्यस्य दीर्घ न भवति, रि इत्यस्य प्लुतः भवति. रि इत्यस्य उच्चारणं केवल वेदे भवति. रि अस्य pronunciation only happens, is available in Vedas. In our present day Sanskrit, Ri is not there, not pronounced, but it is given there because we have to know how many types of syllables are there in Sanskrit. In many books, you will find different numbers, but actual number is given here, which you should understand. They in other books they give only those numbers which we generally use. That's all. They don't give the entire number of syllables which are used in Sanskrit from Vedas to today's Sanskrit. But in this class, you will find the pronunciations of all the syllables which have been used in Sanskrit from the times of Vedas till today. And number of those syllables are 63. And how they are pronounced? And these are called swara. And what is the swara and vyanjan, that we will discuss further. So now here next is vyanjano ka swarup, vyanjananam swarupam. किम अस्ति? कवर्गः, चवर्गः, टवर्गः, तवर्गः, पवर्गः, अन्तस्थः, ऊष्मा. एतद् दत्तमस्ति. तो कवर्गः किं? क, ख, ग, घ, ङ. अत्र भवान् द्रष्टुं शक्नोति क इत्यस्य अधः एकः कर्तनं चिह्नम् अस्ति. तद् उक्तं हल चिह्नम् इति उक्तं. There is a cut sign below ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, and all this chavar, tavar, tavar, pavar, antastha, ushma. Here under all this letter, there is a sign of cut. That is called hal chinnam. This means what? Generally, when we pronounce ka, that means swara a is inside it, because without that swara, we cannot pronounce ka. And that is why this cut sign means that is called hal chinna, and why it is called hal chinna, that we will come later on. When we will study the Pratyahar Sutras, then we will understand why they are called hal chinna. Now, this vertical in the, just see the sign of ka. There is a vertical line in the center. This vertical line represents that a is there inside. Now you have given a cut sign below. That means a has been removed. Now, if you want to put e, then sign of e is to be included. Those signs I have given you in my previous class. I had provided you in the study material. What are those signs? E, U, A, O, I, O. They have all their signs, which you give. But a has no sign. Ka, when we pronounce ka, that means a is inside. But when we make it dirgha, ka, then there is another vertical line added to the letter. When you say e, then another type of sign is given. Because when we say dirgha e, then another type of sign is given. When we say ku, then another type of sign is given. Then we say ku dirgha, then another type of sign is there. Then we say kri, then, like Krishna, then another type of sign is there. The re, they are all swaras. They are considered as swara, which can be pronounced without the help of any other thing. But ka, kha, ga, gha, this kavar, pavar, chavar, those who are having this cut sign below, they cannot pronounce without the help of a swara. Unless there is a swara inside, they cannot be pronounced. Either it should be e, u, whatever it is, hasra, dirgha, prota, whatever it is, it has to be there, then only that can be pronounced. Without that, it can be pronounced, cannot be. For example, I have given you, if you pronounce pa, your lips join, but unless you open your lips, pa, the pa will not come out. You cannot pronounce pa without opening your lips. You cannot pronounce pa without opening your lips. That oshtadvaim yukta bhavanti, yukta bhavata, yakshadvaim yukta bhavanti, bhavati, oshtadvaim. योष्टतम यदा युक्तः भवति तदा तदा एव प उच्चारण भवति किंतु पकारस्य उच्चारणं तदा एव संभवति यदा ओष्ठानां ओष्ठद्वयं परस्पर युक्त भवति पूर्वं पुनः विलगः भवति तदा एव पकारस्य उच्चारणं भवति ओष्ठस्य वियोगः इत्युक्ते किं? The lips get open and then only pa can be pronounced. Without opening your lips, you cannot pronounce pa. ओष्ठानां यदि ओष्ठा युक्ताः ओष्ठद्वयं युक्तं भवति तर्हि पकारस्य उच्चारणं न भवति. ओष्ठद्वयं विलगः भवति तदा एव पकारः बहिरागच्छति अकारेण सह. तस्य अर्थः किम्? अकारः युक्तः भवति पकारेण सह तदा एव ओष्ठात् बहिरागच्छति. When a is joined with pa, then only it comes out from your lips. So that is how ucharanam is done. So this is the process which will become clarified, clear slowly again. Now, this is the given below 12 formations of a letter. 12 द्वादशाक्षराणां स्वरूपं किमस्ति क पूर्वं पश्यतु क हल्चिन् युक्तं क अस्ति अधः एकं कर्तन मार्कम् अस्ति. Below there is a cut mark, then a is there, and when both are joined then ka is, you can see ka. So ka, when we read ka, there is no separate sign for this a, it is inside. So when we write ka, that means a is there. It has no separate sign for this. But come to ka, then ka plus a ka, there is another vertical line added to it. That shows now the akar has become dirgha. Which akar was inside, it has become dirgha. The akar was inside, which was hrasva, now it has become dirgha. Now uchcharanam api shuddham bhavitavyam. बहवः जनाः उच्चारणे अपि दोषः भवति, स्थानीय प्रभावः भवति। यथा राजस्थान हरियाणा इत्यादि स्थानम् अस्ति, बंगला वंगदेशे जनाः वदन्ति क, हरियाणा क, का एवं, परन्तु क इज द शुद्धम् उच्चारणं क, न तो क ओष्ठ तत्र किमपि गतिः न भवति। There should be no movement in your lips. There will be no movement in your tongue. When we say ka, there is movement in your tongue. There should be no movement in your tongue, no movement on your lips. किमपि गतिः ओष्ठौ न भवतः भवति, किमपि गतिः कापि गतिः जिह्वायाम् अपि न भवति। मम ध्वनि तो गच्छति एव, सर्वे शृण्वन्ति?
आं महोदय, सम्यक् अस्ति।
आं श्रूयते श्रूयते
श्रूयते, सर्वे शृण्वन्ति। भवतः मोबाइल मध्ये किमपि दोषः स्यात्।
भवती एकवारं बहिः गच्छतु, अनन्तरं पुनः आगच्छतु।
एतत् भवत्याः मोबाइल मध्ये दोषः अस्ति। अत्र सर्वे श्रोतुं शक्नुवन्ति। सर्वे श्रोतारः, कस्यापि अत्र कंप्लेंट नास्ति, केवल एकाकी भवती एव वदति, अन्ये सर्वे शृण्वन्ति। अतः दोषः भवत्याः मोबाइल मध्ये अस्ति, न तु अत्र। अत्र तो ध्वनि गच्छति एवं जनाः शृण्वन्ति अपि। भवतु अत्र सम्यक् अस्ति, अतः अहं किमपि कर्तुं न शक्नोमि अस्मिन् विषये। किम् अस्ति, अन्ये सन्ति क तद्वत् कि, यदि क तस्य इ योजयामि चेत् तर्हि अपरः एकः चिह्नम् आगच्छति कि। When we add e in the syllable ka, then another symbol comes there which makes it, shows it it is a ki. That means a has been removed and e has been added. The ka with the hal chinna, that means a has been removed. Now you add e, then it becomes ki, and it is written like this. So once you have to add, if any other letter, any other swara, then a has to be removed. When a is there, then another swara cannot be entered, cannot enter into it. When we say ki, that means there is no a inside. So hal chin is to be given, and then e is to be added. And by removing a, you can add another swara. So this way, when we do varna vichhed, then we have to write like that. That ka with vyanjan, ka chin yuktam vyanjan, anantaram yah swara deyam tas sa swara tatra लेखनीयः। यथा तद्वत् उ ह्रस्व उ दीर्घ उ ए ऐ ओ औ अङ् अः इति सर्वम् एतत् सन्ति, एतादृशाः सन्ति स्वरूपाणि। अङ् अः किमस्ति, अकार अनुस्वार इति उच्चारणं। मकारस्य स्थाने अनुस्वार भवति। मकारः यथा रामम, तो मकारः कदा अनुस्वार भवति इति नियमाः सन्ति, तद् वयम् अग्रे पठामः। यत्र तद्वत् अत्र पश्यतु, अयोगवाह रूप। अयोगवाह किमस्ति, एते कानिचन चिह्नानि दत्तानि सन्ति। some symbols are given, they are called ayogvaha. They have to be pronounced in the way they are pronounced is to be told. That cannot be unless you listen to that pronunciation, you cannot understand how they are to be pronounced. Visarjaniya, it is like ha, yatha ramah, yatha tasya api sthanam kantham, ramah. तो यदा विसर्गस्य उच्चारणं भवति तदा जिह्वायां वा ओष्ठौ किमपि गतिः न भवितव्या, कापि गतिः न भवितव्या। तो तत्र विसर्जनात् जिह्वामूलीय उपध्मानीय एते उच्चारण द्वयमस्ति। एते उच्चारण केवल वेदेषु भवन्ति। अतः एतस्य विषये इदानीं चर्चां न करोमि। उपध्मानीय जिह्वामूलीय पुनः अनुस्वारः, अनुस्वारः यदुक्तं मया अङ् इति अनुस्वारः अकारस्य उपरि वा इकारस्य उपरि गन्तुं शक्नोति। केनापि स्वरेण सह अनुस्वारं युक्तं भवितुमर्हति। यथा गतिं, मतिं, रामं, पुरुषम् इत्यादि पुल्लिंगे, स्त्रीलिंगे, नपुंसकलिंगे सर्वत्र भवितुमर्हति। अनुस्वारः यथा मकारस्य स्थाने भवति, केनापि स्वरेण सह युक्तः भवितुमर्हति। गुरुं, मधुं, भानुम् इत्यादि उकारेण सह भवति, हकारेण सह भवति, केनापि स्वरेण सह युक्तः भवितुमर्हति। पुनः अत्र दत्तमस्ति ह्रस्व दीर्घ, एते अयोगवाह चिह्नानि सन्ति। एते अपि वेदे एव एतस्य प्रयोगः भवति। यथा अहं दत्तवान् अस्मि तत्र अन्तरिक्षगु शान्ति, एतत् मकारस्य स्थाने भवति। उपरि यत् चिह्नं दत्तमस्ति ह्रस्व दीर्घ लिखित्वा, एतदपि वेदे एतेषाम् उच्चारणं भवति, मकारस्य स्थाने भवति। तत्र ह्रस्व दीर्घं किं तदपि वेदे भवति, तद्विषये यदा समय आगमिष्यति यथा समय वदिष्यामि। परः अस्ति अनुनासिक चिह्न। अनुनासिक नासिका द्वारा यत् ध्वनि भवति, नेजल साउंड, दैट इज कॉल्ड अनुनासिक। अनुनासिक नजल यथा अ अंग न अंग तो अनुस्वारः अस्ति। रामम् इति पुरुषं 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 इति अनुस्वारः। किन्तु यदा अहं वदामि पुरुषं तदा अनुनासिक इति अनुनासिक चिह्नम्। अनुस्वारः अनुनासिक एतयोर्मध्ये भिन्नता का अस्ति तत् अवगच्छन्तु। There is a difference between anuswar and anunasik. Anuswar is a dot, whereas anunasik is a chandra bindu, like a moon sign is there and dot is there. That is called anunasik. यथा यदि वयं वदामः पठां, तो अ is anunasik. तो ये स्वराः सन्ति, those as we are told a स्वराः सन्ति, एते स्वराः प्रकारद्वयं भवन्ति। All these swaras are two types. One is simple as a, normal, and another is anunasik, a. When we say a, when we pronounce it through our nose, that has become anunasik. That is the difference between anunasik and anuswara. Anuswara is added with a vyanjan, like that purusham, vriksham, patram, phalam, pushpam इत्यादि। मकारस्य स्थाने भवति, अतः ओष्ठद्वयं युक्तः भवति, ओष्ठद्वयं युक्तं भवति। कथं? You have to close your lips to pronounce this anuswar. But for anunasik, your lips do not close. अनुनासिक का चिन्ह जब when we put यदा अनुनासिकस्य उच्चारणं भवति तदा ओष्ठद्वयं मिलितं न भवति। आ इ उ ओष्ठद्वयं मिलितं न भवति। किन्तु यदा मकारस्य अनुस्वारस्य उच्चारणं भवति पुरुषं रामं, तदा ओष्ठं मिलितं भवति, ओष्ठद्वयं मिलितं भवति। सामान्य किंचित तत्र a little bit there to make it different from ma and anuswar, since this anuswar becomes in place of ma, so there should be a little bit difference. So what is the difference? Lips are not joined but little parted, किंचित विलगता भवति। रामं यदा वयम् अनुस्वार वदामि रामं वदामि तदा मकारः पूर्णम् अस्ति किन्तु यदा अनुस्वार रूपेण उच्चारणं भवति रामं रामं तदा पुरुषं तदा उष्ठद्वये सामान्यं तत्र विलगता भवति लिटिल बिट पार्टेड not much but in swara it is to be completely parted a e o that only swara is coming through your nose not through your mouth that is the difference anuswar is like that the swara is two types one is which comes through your mouth uh, uh, anunasik that is called ananasik and that which comes through nose that is called anunasik. Anunasik means through nose. Is anunasik swara or is ananunasik, which is not anunasik. That is ananunasik. So that way, two types of anunasik swara bhavanti. तुम्हारे समझ आ रहा है? Now, administrator Mr. Hariom Rai is also here, sitting here with me, and he is conducting the this everything. And with his help, I am able to conduct this class. So now we will come to this way there are ayogvaha are 8, and you count all this all these akaradi swara vyanjana vyanjanani and ayogvaha. You will find there are 63 in number. Question answer will be answered after the class. Please don't raise your hand right now. Listen to it. Then when you have the question, I will give you 10 minutes time. Only then I will ask you. Then you can ask a question. Then there is Sayog Chakram. Sayog Chakram means when these syllables which are we call Vyanjan, they come together. They are called Sayog. Yatha, Ka, Ya, Kya. So there are 3 letters. Ka, Ya, then A. Unless you add A, that Kya cannot be pronounced. Similarly, that can be added is in place of A. You can put E, U, A, Yat Kimapi. That become like that. Kya, Kyo, like that. So you whatever swar you add, it will be pronounced like that. So Sayog Chakra means when you add 2 Vyanjan, then how it is written. Some form becomes a little bit different. It is Ka, Kha, Ga, we have seen how they are written. Now when Ka is added with Ya, then how it is to be written, that is shown here. Similarly, Ja plus Ya, when they are added, then how it is written, that is shown here. Ja, Ya, when they are added, and in the last A is has to be there. So Yajya, generally we pronounce it as Yagya, Jnana, but correct pronunciation is Jnana, Yajya. That is the right pronunciation. But nowadays this is pronounced as Yagya, Jnana. In South, when I have seen, when they write it in English, they write it like Yajna, Yajna, Yajna. That type of pronunciation they try to give. In English, it cannot be pronounced because Ya syllable sound is not available in English alphabets. So in English, you cannot write Yajna. Similarly, Ra, the ta, ta, da, da, ra. This also not, Ra is also not available in English. So in that place only N is there, Na. So that's why in English, all the letters cannot be written or pronounced correctly. If I write in English, pronunciation will become different because those sounds are not available in English, which are produced by these 63 letters in Sanskrit. So we will have to study these in this way. Now there is a ka plus ri, kri. Ri is a swara. When it is joined, then how it is written? It is given there. And similarly, the, ya, dya, that is the form becomes like this. The ta and ra, then tra is become ta, ra, tra. This is the form it becomes. So when we join two vyanjana, then their form becomes little different. So that we have to learn while writing. So that is what he had given. All this, there are maybe few more which are not given, which we will slowly come learn. So now there is a one. So I had given varna kimiti. So यह वर्णः अक्षरं यस्मिन् क्रमे लिखितः तथैव तस्य उच्चारणं भवति तद् अहम् उक्तं. So what is varna? The written form of the what you are pronouncing, that is called varna. The akshar or varna both are used in the same way. For they give the same meaning generally. But varna, that's why we call varnocharan. What is written there, how it is to be pronounced, that is called varnocharan. The written form of the sound you are producing, that is called varna. And how that the varna which you are saying, how that is to be pronounced, that is what ucharana. So varnocharanam iti tasya ekam shiksha asti varnocharanam shiksha. How these varnas are to be pronounced. That is what I have given you in a uh, in this study material. I had given Swayam Rajanta iti Swaraha. That means those which are independently pronounced, which do not need any help for pronunciation. Like I, they are called Swayam Rajant. Those can be pronounced without any help. And Anvag Bhavati Vyanjanam iti. Vyanjan are those letters which cannot be pronounced without the help of Swara. They are Vyanjan. Anvag Bhavati Vyanjanam. Arthat this Swara goes behind the Vyanjan. Unless the Swara is added, joined with Swara, it cannot be pronounced. That is called Anvag Bhavati. That's why it is called Anvag Bhavati Vyanjan. Swayam Rajanta iti Swaraha means those syllables which cannot be pronounced without any help, that called Swara. And those which cannot be pronounced without any help, without the help of others, they are called Vyanjana. That I told you. When you pronounce Pa, your lips get joined. But unless A is added to it, Pa cannot be pronounced. Your lips will not part unless A is added to it. Your lips will part only when A is added to Pa. Then only Pa can be pronounced. Similarly, Rama, Ram, when we say Ram, that means it is not pronounced correctly. Ma remains inside. It has not come out. Rama, correct pronunciation. Likewise, everything. So whenever we pronounce in Sanskrit, we have to take care of these things, how it is to be pronounced. So, uh, uh, so which word is to be pronounced from which place? For this sutras are given. So I have given only few sutras. There are many more aspects about Varna Charana that we will come later. But right now, what we have to understand, the main which we have given here, written in this page, the Varnas given here, how they are pronounced. That is to be seen. What are their place? Because there are two things. One is the place of pronunciation. So, akuha visarjaniyaha kanthyaha. The English they call it guttara, means from throat. That comes from throat. So here, when you pronounce this akuha visarjaniya kanthyaha, a or all these three are covered under a. When it is saying a, that means Hrasva, Dirgha, Pluta. All the three pronunciations of a is included in this a. Or ku means that cover, ka, kha, ga, gha, a. All those five letters are given in one letter ku. Ku means ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. That is called ka, varga. All the pronunciation of ka, that is a class of uh, pronunciation. Varga means a class, a particular class. All these uh, ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, they are pronounced from your throat. And if you give an attention, you will see that bottom of your tongue is touching the wall of your throat. Nothing else is happening. When you pronounce ka, no movement in your lips, no movement on your tongue. Only the bottom of your tongue is touching the walls of your throat. Ka, in that is also not happening. No movement. When you pronounce it is swara. You don't need any help of anything. Moves. There is no movement on your tongue, no movement on your lips. Just try to realize how it is to pronounce it. Every pronunciation has its scientific base. Means there is no movement on your lips, no movement of your tongue, only opening of your throat. That's all. It needs no help. But when you say ka, there is some movement in your throat. Just put your mind to it. अपना ध्यानं ददातु तत्र किंचित तत्र गतिः अस्ति कंठे किं भवति जीवायाः मूलं कंठस्य तत्र कंठस्य पार्श्वभागं स्पर्शं करोतु that your bottom of your tongue touches the side walls of your throat. Ka. Then only this when that is added with that, ka comes out. Unless just is added, ka will not come out. When you pronounce there is no need, there is no movement. Similarly, when you there is no movement, and but when you pronounce ka, there is a movement. But when is added with that movement, then only ka comes out from your mouth. Similarly, with every letter, it is there. और विसर्जनीय विसर्जनीय किम हम उक्तवान अकु ह. When you pronounce ha, that also comes from your throat. And visarjaniya is also similar to ha. Ramah, Krishnah, Sureshah, Purushah. So visarjaniya se ucharanam hakarvat bhavati. Visarjan, the pronunciation of visarjaniya is like ha. And ha is also comes out from your throat. So a, ku, ha, visarjaniya. Their place of pronunciation is your throat. A means avarna, a, plut. All the three are covered in that. And kavarg means ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. All the five letters of five vyanjana. And ha and visarjaniya. Their place is throat. They are pronounced from your throat. Then comes ichu yashas talavyaha. E is a E is also a swara. For E, you don't need any help. But when you pronouncing E, there is a movement in your tongue. When you are pronouncing A, there was no movement anywhere. But when you pronounce E, your tongue moves towards your palate. So, E chu ya shas talovya. E cha means chavarga, cha cha ja ja ya. When you pronounce cha, you can just watch where your tongue goes. Your tongue is touching the front side of your palate. ch, front side of palate. भवतः तालु स्पर्शति जिह्वा अग्रभागं. तालु सम्पूर्ण उपरि भाग तालु उच्यते. मुखस्य उपरि यत् पृष्ठः अस्ति तदेव तालुः इति उच्यते. तस्य अग्रभागः इति अग्रभागं स्पृशति च जिह्वा अग्रभागं पृच्छति. तालुः अग्रभागं पृच्छति तदा च उच्चारणं भवति. When your tongue touches the front portion of your palate, then ch is pronounced. Similarly, ch, ch, j, jh, ya, all these are like that. E is like that. Or ya, when you pronounce ya, that and sh, which is called talavya sh. Ichu ya shas talavya. Ete varnaha talavya. That etesham uchcharan sthanam asti taluhu. Atah talavya ituchi. All these letters pronunciation, place of pronunciation is your talu, the palate. So that way it is your tongue is moving towards talu. Similarly, ritu rashaha murdhanya. Murdha is kim? That is the backside of your palate. When you pronounce T, what happens? Your tongue folds backwards and touches the top of your palate. That is called talu. The topmost portion, that is called murdha. Topmost portion of your mouth is called murdha. When that portion is touched by your tongue, that is called murdhanya. So when you pronounce like that, the place where your tongue goes, rishi iti rikaraha, the ra, the ram, the ra, ritu rasha, to yada we pronounce ramah, yada ra uchcharanam bhavati, tasya api sthanam murdha. Or sha, murdhanya sha, yat in between, there is a cut sign in between. Murdhanya sha means the way you pronounce the sha is three types. In English, you can only, there is S, and at the most you can add a H to that to pronounce just a shower, show, like that. You add one H to it and it gives you a sound of sha. But in Sanskrit, sha is three types. One is sa, that is called dante, that will come again ahead. So murdhanya sha means this is third type of sha, which is pronounced when your tongue touches your murdha. Then comes ritu lasaha dantyaha. Ri is another that I've told. Ri is pronounced is only that sound is pronounced in Vedas only. So that is so we will not discuss much about that. Tu matlab means tavarga. Ta, tha, da, dha, na. All the 5 letters. That is called tu. That is called tavarga. And la, that's लगाम, ल लग्नः, ल उच्चारण भवति तदा ta, when we pronounce ta, what happens? Our tongue touches the base of our front teeth, upper row of front teeth, the bottom of the upper row of front teeth. That is where our tongue goes and touches it. So when we pronounce ta, atah ete dantyah iti uchyanti. So they are called dental. In English they call it dental. And ichi yashas talavya, that's called palatals in English. And murdhanya they call linguals. So when this English people tried to understand Sanskrit, they formed some new words for this, talavya, etc. How to explain talavya to their own people in their own language. So they devised some words. These words are not used in common English language. When they talk about Sanskrit, then only these words come. The palatals in English, this Varnamala, there is nothing, no sound like palatal, guttural, etc., etc. These words have been devised only for Sanskrit to make them understand what is the difference between pronunciation of Sanskrit and English. In English, they have no such classifications. But in Sanskrit, you have to do these classifications to pronounce the letters correctly. So let's do Sadhanya. Vakaro dantoshtho. Va. The upper portion of your teeth touches the lower lip. Va. Then only we yatha vana. Vanam. You say vanam. So vanam, तो व इन बांग्ला भाषा व and ब एक सदृशम वो उच्चारण तत्र नास्ति अतः व इत्युक्ते यत् उपरि यत् पङ्क्तिः अस्ति दन्तानाम् अधरः अधरे यः अधः यः ओष्ठः अस्ति अधर उच्यते तत्र स्पृशति. The upper row of your teeth touches the lower lip, then it is va ucharana bhav. Lips are open. Only lips remain open. When we say ba, then lips get joined. But when we pronounce va, lips don't join. Lips remain open. Only the tooth, upper row of your teeth touches the lower lip. Then but lips are open. Then you pronounce va. So that is the difference between ba and va. In ba, your both lips join, but when you pronounce va, your lips don't join. Only your upper row of teeth touches the lower lip. Similarly, upu padmaniyah oshthyah. Upu, u, ukara, all the three are accepted here. When we say u, that is also swara. Only there is a movement on your lips, no other movement. U. Only it is independently it can be pronounced. Only there is a movement on your lips. Lips are open. U. And U ucharanam is so that is swara. It needs no help. But when you say U means pakar, pa, pa, ba, bha, va. But when you pronounce pa, then your lips join. But it cannot come out unless there is a swar behind. Pa, or pu, the ukar, pi, ikar. Some swar has to be joined, then only it will come out. When lips are open, then only the swar comes out. When lips are closed, your letter is inside. It is not coming out. Ucharan na bhavati. So ucharan, when you have to pronounce, your lips have to be open. The lip will open only when a swar is there. If swar is not there, lip will not open, and it cannot be pronounced. That is the difference between swara and vyanjan. So lip will open and the vyanjan will come out only when there is a swar with it. That is why we said vyanjan is those letters which cannot be pronounced without a swara. So this classification is so scientific in Sanskrit, which no other language has got. And in Indian languages, we have adopted this system, and all the Indian languages pronounce the letters like that, and there is the same system. But most of the people do not know that. That's why there is so much difference in pronunciations. Someone says ka, someone says ka, someone says ka. Correct pronunciation can be given in Sanskrit only. Similarly, odoto kantha talevyo. O, O, Oth means O means O. These are kantha or talam. Tatra na A deto kantha talam. A and I. A is a mixture of A and E. So kantha and talu. E is place of E is talu. We have seen ichu is talavya, and A is the place of kantha. So A is the mixture of A and E. So kantha talavya. Kantha and talu miliva. When both join, then only A can be pronounced. There is a movement of your tongue towards your palate. Then A is pronounced. Likewise, I. Both are dirgh. It's a hraswana bhavat. So O do to. Oth means O. Or similarly, that is O is A and Oshta. O, when you pronounce O, there's a movement in your lips. So the place is kantha and your lips. Osht, Kanthyoshtham, Kant or Osht. Kant and Osht, throat and lips. These are the two places with the help of that O is pronounced. So all this is given. Ya, Nga, Ya, Ra, Na, Ma. Swastha Sthana, Nasika Sthana. Yeah, this also Vyanjan. This is called this is Anunasik. Nasika Sthanam means pronounced with nose. So Na, Na, Ta, Tha, Da, Dha, Na. When we pronounce Na, then also your tongue touches your upper row of teeth. But pronunciation coming through nose. Na. So, so this is called Nakaraha. Anunasik Vyanjan, Anunasik Vyanjan. This is Vyanjan. So, but this can also be pronounced when A is joined with it. Swara can be Anunasik independently. A is A. Similarly, Na is Anunasik Vyanjan, but it can be pronounced when A is joined with it. Na. But Na Vyanjan itself is to be pronounced as, through nose. So both when joined, it becomes nasal sound. So nasal sound is called Anunasik. So that's all. Today we will this much. Anyway, we will answer your questions tomorrow. Today it is time to tomorrow we will.
मैं गूगल फॉर्म शेयर करूंगा
हाँ,
क्वेश्चंस का
Mr. Hariom will give you some information.
क्वेश्चंस का
He will speak you to some. बोलिए.
मैं गूगल फॉर्म शेयर करूंगा आई विल शेयर गूगल फॉर्म फॉर
आप बोल
क्वेश्चन
दीजिए ना.
after some time I will share Google form for questionnaire and other queries. Please write your queries and question in that form. We will use that form's answer. We will use that form for as a not means what's in WhatsApp group. Not we are not able to manage all the questions. If everyone write queries and question in Google form, we can see anywhere and also answer accordingly. Thank you.
Acha, among our students, I don't know because there are more than 150 persons in today's class. Yesterday, in last class, there were more than 170. Today, there are less. But as we have informed you, you should leave the class only after Shanti Part. So for Shanti Part, I would like to invite one of our students. I have read Jyotsna Subba is there in this class. Jyotsna Subba.
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
So you do the Shanti Part today.
Thank you,
You
sir.
have offered your Shanti Part in your
Thank
message.
you, sir. Thank you, sir. Om Dev Shanti Antariksh Gum Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rapah Shanti Rukhdaya Shanti Vanaspataya Shanti Vishwe Devah Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarva Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Sama Shanti Redi Om Shanti 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 Sarve Sham Sarve Sham Hari Om
नमस्कारः
Hari Om Sarve
Namaskaram.
Dhanyawad
ధన్యవాద మహోదయ
ధన్యవాదాలు.
ధన్యవాదాలు మహోదయ.
Dhanyawad Mahodaya.
धन्यवादः महोदय.
ధన్యవాద